We are live now.
No count.
Live from the studios of B&M Builders. Thank you for
good.
joining.
That was pretty good.
That was good. That was impressive.
Welcome to Paving the Way, the podcast,
Number.
the movie. Yeah, number.
I already said the number.
My bad. That was embarrassing for me. So today, actually, we are going to talk about something. Actually, we actually do find it pretty important here, so you can't make fun of it. Finding the harmony. It's the importance of work-life balance in construction. Which, I feel like it's definitely something that everyone struggles with. But honestly, I think that B&M does. I like to say, I think B&M finds this to be a very important thing.
Now, yes, when we first started,
not for us.
For
us, it wasn't. We weren't.
Yeah.
I've never really had that word harmonizing in my vocabulary.
Only when you're singing.
Like I said.
Yes. So actually, that's a great intro for Dr. Seth. Not professor, not chef.
I'm
Dr.
Seth.
Now. Yes. Not a doctor of medicine, though. A doctor of the brain stuff. Yeah, and the doctor of importance of work-life balance in construction.
Seth is our resident in-house life coach. And we would like to introduce him to you guys. He's my not the coach. Same Seth that you met in the past.
No.
It's an all-new Seth.
Yes, this is a different Seth. Yes.
I'm now a doctor.
And he's taught me personally a lot about work-life balance and that you need more life and less work.
And deep stretching.
And deep stretches.
Yes. Actually, in non-joking form. B&M, I've found a lot of people who have come to B&M have come here because, and this is interviewing only 150,000 people. A lot of people come here because they come from places that work 12, 13, 14-hour days.
Or they're traveling all the time.
Or six to 7 day work weeks, or a lot out of town travel. Yeah. And I think we have a big we're big on staying in town. We do a little out of town work, but we're big on staying in town. We're big on
being out of town, though, is a couple hours out of town.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's not going out and staying in hotels.
That's true.
We find our crews work better when they get to sleep in their own bed.
Yeah. And we really do. For us, I think that started with us. We had jobs down in Vallejo where we stayed out of town all week, and we're like, yeah, this is not what we want for us.
Yeah.
Really, it's not what we want for our employees. We want our employees to be able to spend time with their kids.
Yeah. When we first got into public works, we went down to Visalia for months. We went to East Palo Alto, which that was interesting.
Yeah.
For months. Vallejo, all over the place.
So this is just kind of going into that first one, but why is work-life balance important? Dr. Seth?
If I was
in technical medical doctor terms?
In my latest writings that I've done, I find guys that can put forth a good 8 to 10 hours in a day of hard work. They can get a lot more accomplished in struggling through 13-hour days or 14-hour days. That's
no one wants to work for 13 hours.
No,
it's not feasible. We really try not to have our guys do that. There is the occasional time. Most of the time, it's going to be the paving crew because they got to get done what they got to get done. And sometimes they run into problems. Pavers break, other equipment breaks. But generally speaking, we try to stay away from the 12, 13-hour days. It burns people out like that.
But I think, really, your mental health, physical health, it burns them out.
Yeah, help with your family.
I also believe, I was going to say that's where I wanted to hit. I think being home with your family, if that's where you want to be. I don't know what you have to work, but I think that, especially if you have a family and you have kids, I think it's good to be home with your kids.
As long as you like them.
Well, yeah. Not all the time, just most of the time.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Let's not go most of the time. But
I think it's important, even for culturally, even the bigger picture. I think it's just important for guys to be home with their families. I think the more time they can be with their kids, the better off it is.
Definitely.
I think it's super, super important. In work and in the company, I get it's important, but just as a general whole, people need to be with their families more. It's just better.
Kids need
life situation
moms and dads.
Yeah. So I think that's what makes it important. So challenges, I think challenges is kind of the next topic that you jump to. What are the challenges of work-life balance, besides not liking them sometimes?
Yeah.
Yes. That's obviously, yes. I mean, the challenges I think there's tons of challenges. We're getting work done, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big challenges is there's always so much to do here. Like literally, we have to set boundaries for ourselves, or we could stay here till fucking the middle of the night, go home and sleep for a few hours and come back. But you got to realize that those problems are going to be there tomorrow too, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So there's no point in just staying at the office all the time,
or in the field, or having these guys work long days. Our asphalt crew actually puts in longer days than most of the crews.
for sure.
But the majority of our crews, I mean, they have those 8 to 10 hour days, and that's where we max out. And that definitely, it can be a challenge in trying to get completed. It's a challenge in the asphalt side, right? Trying to get jobs done.
Definitely. Asphalt's just one of those deals where it's usually a 1-day job and you're going to another job the next day. So you're pretty much out there until that job's done, or it throws off your whole schedule the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's a different animal.
It's paving's it's not like you can have 3 trucks sitting on a job site full of asphalt and say, okay, let's call it a day.
Yeah.
That asphalt has to get put down. It's a time sensitive material, and it's already paid for as soon as it shows up to the job site. So it's not like it's easy to throw away, and it costs quite a bit of money.
Yeah. I see a lot of younger guys kind of in paving, and as you get a little older, they kind of move out of it because they need more of that work-life balance. You know, when you're younger, I think it's okay to have more of a work life, and you know, as you're maybe starting a family or whatever. But when you're young, you can work more. As you get older, I think you need to start tearing that back. And
I agree with that.
When you create a family and spend more time.
Then there's also the balance of life balance, right? It's like, how much time are you spending at home? Like, even when you're off, like I'm working 10 hours, but then I go like how much do I spend with my friends, how much, or going to play my own stuff, or how much you spend with family. I feel like it's a balance to try. Well, it's also a balance just to keep everybody happy, right?
Wait. You can do your own stuff?
I've heard.
Okay.
I mean,
I haven't.
Yeah, no, I've been parenting for a long time, so I don't know my own stuff. But I'm just saying, for some people, I've heard.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And then they have kids. Like, they tell me, like, oh, I was out this weekend. I was like, oh, you were? I'm like, you don't have kids? Oh, no, I got kids. And I was like, oh.
What? Did you bring them?
What? I didn't even know. I didn't know that stuff happened. Yeah. But, all right. So strategies for achieving that. I mean, I think we, on the work side, like cutting these hours down, making it shorter, that's how we kind of achieve that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're putting in the office. I mean, we're putting in 10-hour days most of the time. 9-hour days. Some of us 8, 6.5. Depends on who we're asking, I guess. Some of us, yeah. If you're doing a 6.5-hour day, though, I feel you got plenty of family time balance.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more of like a family work balance.
Yeah.
Instead of the work family balance, right? Yeah. And then getting to sleep. Like, I need my 12 hours of sleep every day. Right? That's not normal.
As you can tell by this ugly mug, I don't get that.
It's because you wake up at 2.
Mm-hmm. Therein lies the ugly mug.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's pretty good. I think that our approach to supporting, the last note I had was our approach to supporting work-life balance. I think that's kind of what we're talking about. I mean,
we don't set the guys up so that they're just pushed all the time to work 10 and 12-hour days. We bid jobs to be working in 8-hour days, sometimes 9, sometimes 10. But for the most part, we try to bid everything without overtime. 1, keep the costs down. 2, so that everybody gets to go home at a decent hour and spend time doing what they want to do. Because life is not all about work.
Yeah. I think we also start, a lot of our crews start early. We start as early as we can, because the earlier you start, the earlier you get off.
Yeah.
Especially, well, I mean, the heat also helps out when it gets hot. Then we can go to cities and counties and be like, hey, can we start earlier? Because I'd hate to have somebody get a heat injury and it'd be on you. Your fault.
Yeah.
For making us work.
I don't think they'll ever take that. As we have seen a couple times.
No. But yeah, I think I think we definitely put the effort in to push that work-life balance. I want our guys to be home with their kids. I want their kids to have their dads. I think it's an important thing for our society and for our company.
And moms. We have ladies that work here too.
Oh, mom. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And that's all that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. If you got any questions about how we do it or how we deal with it, and you want some help, or if you got any input to maybe help us, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Or...
We've done a bunch of these podcasts where we talk about like how we didn't really talk about all the things that we should be doing that we say we pretend like we're doing. like the motivational stuff or how to just all of these things. I'd say if anybody has any suggestions on topics or things that they find interesting, let us know. However, you reach out because we'll for sure talk about that stuff.
But why?
And
Because
that's
together we achieve more.
team.
I stay hungry.
He does. He got the hungry sign right there.
And
so
humble.
Perfect. Yes.
And humble.
But barbecue and
nothing
hungry go
humble
great
about
together
me.
too.
But I'm hungry.
Yeah. But we'd love to talk about anything. Like I said, we don't really have any idea what we're talking about. We're just winging it.
And I do have
We
a
just
doctorate.
make it up as we go.
I do have my doctorate. So
Honorary.
So thank you, Professor, Dr. Chef, Dr. Seth.
Mhm.
2 doctors.
Yep.
Yep.
Any problems? We
And,
Checks in the
we
mail.
can find an answer for you.
Check us out at B&M Builders.com. Or
BM.
I don't know. That's
It's written up there. If you can't read, then go back to school.
That's nice, Pat.
I don't